Serhi and Alina met by chance on a rainy evening in Los Angeles. He was waiting at a bus stop, holding a book in his hand, when she asked if the bus was still running. Their conversation started with small talk, but within minutes, they discovered they shared the same passion for art and travel. Over time, their friendship grew into something deeper. Serhi admired Alina's kindness and determination, while she found comfort in his calmness and sense of humor. They supported each other through challenges. Alina encouraged Serhi to pursue his dream of becoming a designer, and he helped her find courage when she doubted herself. Their relationship wasn't perfect. They sometimes argued about little things, like which beach to visit on weekends or which movie to watch at a drive-in theater. But every disagreement ended with laughter and understanding. What made their love special was not the absence of problems, but the way they always returned to each other stronger than before. One summer evening, as the sun set over the Pacific Ocean, Serhi quietly told Alina, "With you, every day feels like home." She smiled, knowing in her heart that their story was only beginning. Spring brought unexpected change. Alina received an offer to study abroad in Italy for a year. It was her dream, an opportunity she couldn't ignore. When she told Serhi, silence fell between them. "When do you leave?" he finally asked, voice quiet. "In 2 months," she whispered. The thought of being apart frightened them both. Would distance weaken their bond? Could they hold on through time and space? One evening, they sat on the Venice Beach boardwalk watching the golden sunset over the ocean. Alina leaned against Serhi. "I'm scared," she admitted. "What if things change?" Serhi took her hand gently. "Things will change," he said. "But love isn't about staying the same. It's about growing together, no matter where we are." The first weeks apart were the hardest. Alina sent messages full of excitement about Rome, the ancient streets, the art museums, the smell of fresh coffee in the mornings. Serhi was happy for her, but every photo reminded him of the empty couch in his Los Angeles apartment. They decided to keep their notebook alive. Once a week, Alina would write her thoughts, paste in a photo, or sketch something that reminded her of Serhi. Then she would send it by post, and weeks later it would arrive in his hands. He, in turn, would add his own pages before sending it back. The notebook became a bridge between them, carrying not only words, but pieces of their hearts. Months passed, seasons changed, and then, one chilly autumn morning, Serhi received a ticket in the mail from Alina. Beneath it, she had written just 3 words: "Come to me." The day finally came. Serhi stepped off the train at Rome's Termini station, heart pounding. He scanned the crowd, searching for the familiar face that had been on his mind for months. Then he saw her, Alina, standing under the soft glow of the station lights, her hair slightly tousled by the autumn wind. For a moment, time froze. She spotted him too, and her eyes widened with joy. They ran toward each other, the world around them blurring. When they finally collided in a hug, it was as if all the distance, all the lonely nights, and all the uncertainty melted away. "I missed you so much," Alina whispered, burying her face in his chest. "I missed you too," Serhi replied. Every day without you felt incomplete. They spent the next few weeks exploring Rome together. The cobblestone streets, hidden cafes, quiet parks where they could just sit and talk. Every moment felt precious, every shared laugh a reminder of why their love had survived the distance. Back in Los Angeles, Serhi and Alina settled into a comfortable rhythm. They woke up to each other's laughter, shared coffees on the balcony, and spent weekends exploring the city's hidden corners, from quiet bookshops in Silver Lake to the colorful murals of the Arts District. Their notebook, now filled to the brim, sat on the shelf like a treasure chest of memories. Sometimes, late at night, they would open it together, laughing at sketches from Rome, reading letters from the time they were apart, and tracing the journey that had brought them here. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Serhi turned to Alina. "Do you ever think about that rainy evening when we first met?" she asked softly. "All the time," he replied. "It feels like yesterday, and also like a lifetime ago. Every step since then has led me to you." Alina smiled, leaning into him. "I guess love isn't just about grand gestures or big adventures. It's about the little moments, the ordinary days we make special just by being together." Serhi kissed her forehead gently. "Exactly. And the best part? Our story isn't over. it's just beginning, page by page, day by day. A few years later, Serhi and Alina moved into their first shared apartment, a cozy loft in Echo Park with a balcony overlooking the city lights. They filled it slowly, each piece chosen together, carrying memories of adventures past and dreams for the future. Their love had matured into something steady, enduring, and deeply rooted in the everyday magic of life. One evening, Serhi surprised Alina with a small rooftop picnic under the stars. Candles flickered, soft music played, and for a moment, the city seemed to hold its breath. All the distance, all the waiting, all the love, it's led us to this. To us. To home, he said softly. Alina's eyes glistened with tears of happiness. This is perfect, she whispered. A few years after their wedding, Serhi and Alina welcomed their first child, a daughter named Marta and later a son named Andrei. Holding them in their arms for the first time, they felt a depth of love unlike anything they had ever experienced. Their home, already filled with art, laughter, and memories, now echoed with the soft sounds of baby giggles and lullabies. Life became a beautiful mix of chaos and joy. Mornings started with warm sunlight streaming through the windows, Marta and Andrei crawling across the floor as Serhi made breakfast, and Alina prepared sketches for her next art project. Evenings were for family walks along the Venice Beach boardwalk, where they watched the sunset and shared stories about their adventures. Despite the new responsibilities, Serhi and Alina never let go of their dreams. Together, they opened a small art studio in Los Angeles, blending their talents, Serhi's design skills and Alina's artistic vision, into workshops, exhibitions, and community projects. Their studio became a place where creativity, love, and collaboration thrived, and Marta and Andrei often joined them, adding their own sketches and ideas. Several years later, with Marta and Andrei now curious and lively children, Serhi and Alina decided it was time to return to Rome, the city where their love had been tested and strengthened. They wanted their children to experience the streets, the art, and the magic that had shaped their parents' story. Landing in Rome, Marta and Andrei's eyes widened at the sight of ancient buildings and cobblestone streets. "It's like a fairy tale," Marta exclaimed. They visited Piazza Navona, the Trevi Fountain, and quiet alleyways where Serhi had once nervously searched for Alina. At each place, they shared stories of their adventures, their struggles, and the letters they had sent during the long-distance months. The children listened intently, eyes sparkling with wonder. One evening, as the sun set over the Tiber River, Serhi and Alina walked hand in hand along the same bridges they had walked years ago. Marta and Andrei skipped ahead, tossing small pebbles into the water. "Mom, Dad," Marta said, pausing to look up at them, "I want to make a notebook too, like yours." Alina smiled, pulling a small sketchbook from her bag. "Of course, Marta. We'll make it together. Every adventure, every memory, you can write and draw it all." Serhi added, "And one day, you'll have your own stories to share, just like we did." Years later, Marta and Andrei grew into talented young adults, traveling and creating, carrying the family legacy forward. They both had children of their own, Lev and Sophia, Marta's children, and Anya, Andrei's daughter. Serhi and Alina, now in their 70s, still cherished quiet evenings on the balcony, watching the city lights twinkle below. They smiled as their grandchildren added sketches, writings, and stories to the family notebooks. "Look at this, Grandma, Grandpa," Sophia said, holding up her sketchbook. "I'm writing my own story now, just like you did." Serhi's eyes glistened. "That's wonderful, Sophia. Every story begins with a single page, and now you're adding yours to the family's book." Alina nodded. "Our story was never just about us. It's about every generation, about love, creativity, and the courage to follow your heart." That evening, the family sat on the balcony together, laughter and conversation filling the air. Stories from Rome, Los Angeles, and faraway lands mingled with dreams for the future. Centuries passed, and the story of Serhi and Alina became a legend within the family. Descendants spread across the globe, sharing the legacy of love, creativity, and resilience. Museums and cultural centers displayed the original notebooks, while children and adults alike continued the tradition of drawing, writing, and storytelling. Even as technology advanced, the heart of the story remained: love, patience, and creativity passed down, generation by generation. Serhi and Alina's love had become eternal, inspiring not just their descendants but countless people around the world. Page by page, heart by heart, generation by generation, the story continued, timeless, boundless, and alive. And through it all, one truth remained unchanged. The love that began on that rainy evening in Los Angeles would never fade. It endured forever, in every notebook, every sketch, every story, and every heart that carried it forward. The legacy of Sirhi and Alina, now a family of countless generations, remained eternal, a testament to the power of love, creativity, and the courage to live fully.